Alrighty, here after the South Central Regional Semifinal, won by West Texas A&M with the winning team, the Lady Buffs. On our right, we have senior goalkeeper Courtney Dipple. To our middle, we have head coach Chad Webb, and on our left, we have Kadisha Devisette. And so we'll have opening statements from Coach Webb, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Okay, let's start with the other team. That is a very good team there at Colorado Springs. Their coach Sean Hudson, she's doing a fantastic job. I noticed that a couple of their kids that played on Friday didn't play today, and I think they were carried off on Friday, which makes me think they were probably seriously hurt. So I never like to see any kids hurt. I know what that feels like to have some of your kids hurt and not be able to participate in a game of that magnitude. You know, it's probably a pretty negative effect on those kids. So they were fantastic today. So I just take my hat off to those guys first. Okay. Then next are the kids I love to talk about, which are my own. Scored a really good free kick. Kadisha Devisette got to the back post and scored a goal there in the second half. We weren't able to hold on. Colorado Springs came back and tied it. Each team had a couple chances in the game. We had a penalty in overtime to win the thing. We missed it, and so since nobody can win the actual soccer game during the soccer game, our sport goes to what you saw there. Spot kicks, penalty kicks, kicks from the mark, whatever you want to call them, but they're pretty high stress, aren't they? And so we went 7 deep. We scored more than they did, so we're going to go compete for a regional championship. Couldn't be more proud of our kids.
And so as you talk about the spot kicks, we get right to that. And Courtney, you had a big part in those spot kicks in the saves that you had. So kick to kick, what's going on in your mind?
I can't even begin to describe what goes through a keeper's head. I mean, you have to be mentally tough, you have to be patient, and you have to be calm. If you're not calm, then it's going in. Everyone says that it's 50-50. It's never 50-50. Everyone knows that the shooter has a better advantage of getting it in goal, and I just guessed the right way. I mean, on that, and then on the last one, she kind of told me exactly where she was going. She looked the opposite way the entire time, and usually if you're looking that way, you're not going to go that way. So I just made a good guess.
All right, and then for you, Shaw, to see your sister step up and make the winning one, how was that on the other side?
Well, that was magnificent because penalties like this is like 50-50. So it's all who have the right mental to do it. So that's about it.
And so then, Coach, with such a hard-fought game, as you said, did you think that the game, of course you played UCCS earlier in the season, then to have it here, did that make a difference to you, you think?
Oh, I think having it here definitely helps, you know. I wish it wasn't so cold. I think we'd had even more people out here supporting us, but we still had a pretty good crowd for being as cold as it was. No, I think the difference in the game is the performance that we got out of the guys playing the back. It's part of the reason, Shaw's sitting next to me here. I know she scored the goal today, but goodness gracious, her and Emily and Cheyenne, the three of those guys were fantastic today. That's in my mind, that's the reason we won today.
And then now going forward, of course, Colorado School of Mines and Dallas Baptist, their game was postponed, and so they won't be playing until tomorrow. But what is it going to take to beat those teams, whichever team it is, going forward?
Well, whoever it is, it's going to take what you saw today. We're going to have a good performance out of the back five. You know, I just mentioned 3 names, but actually we play 5 back there. But since we bombed the outside backs so high, sometimes people think we're just playing 3. Sharper in midfield. You know, I'm gonna give them a little bit of credit because I didn't sub that much in midfield. You know, for Mac and Draw to play in defensive midfield for 110 minutes and do it at the level they did it, they're gonna have to turn around and do that again. And we need to put a little bit more pressure on the opponent's goal. But that game won't be on a Sunday, so Hannah's going to be with us next round.